I'm Yura, your host for the event, and today I have a pleasure of welcoming Schaylenne, Chloé, Veska. Hello, Schaylenne.
Hello, Yara. Hello, everyone. Such a joy to share this sacred space with you all today.
It's such a pleasure having you here, and thank you for being part of this event and sharing your wisdom. So, Schaylenne is a master alchemical healer. She's a soul mentor and a channeler. She empowers conscious leaders through soul reconnection and profound energetic shifts so that they can quickly catalyze their highest reality and thrive in this new paradigm. We are all here to shine, and we are all deserving our best life. And this is how Schaylenne can help you. She is here to assist you energetically by igniting your soul guidance and inner power so that you can manifest your greatest path. And today, Schaylenne will be taking us through discovering the power of your energy centers through Chakra Magic. So before we get started on that, Schaylenne, can you kind of tell the audience a little bit about your journey to stepping into your soul purpose?
Yes. Well, everybody has a unique one, so it's always very interesting to learn about how it all unfolds. So for me, it's like I had two lives, I would say, really. The first part of my life was under the signature of competition, of comparison, so to very heavy energy. I think some people can relate to that. I was a high level classical musician, competing from a young age, studying at a conservatory, moving to Europe to be part of a philharmonic orchestra. And so I was chasing my dream, or what I thought was my dream.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all very amazing, because I was doing my best, like we all do all the time. That's the thing. But at some point, I felt it was not aligned. I felt, okay, I'm here now. I'm supposed to be happy. Why am I not? So
Exactly.
this is when this, what I would call the spiritual awakening, started to kick in, and where I reunited with some gifts I have been having since my childhood. I have been a channel for life. So I remember myself as a child and an early teenager communicating with, what I call my angels, guides, and intuition, really. Some other realms that I thought was really real for me, but I was not talking about that. And I'd shut that down as a teenager, and I focused on my one thing that was defining me at that time. And so when that kind of crumbled apart, because I chose to, because I was thinking, okay, I'm not happy, so let's change something, I stopped for a while to see how it would feel. And all those capacities, gifts, all this intuition came back online, if I can speak like that. And it was such a revelation, but it was really intense because suddenly it was kind of, I was not, I was out of my identity,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I still chose to explore that and to be mentored by some spiritual guides, by some self help people. I've studied a lot of things through many years, above all, myself. I would say I investigated myself to discover who I really am, my truth, what I really desire from my soul, and act upon that. So everything quite shifted, but now I'm still, a normal person with a family, very happy, and above all, aligned. So what I mean by that is, since I've stepped onto this path of truth and alignment, soul alignment, I feel serenity. I feel inner peace, and I feel empowered in the positive sense of the term. So what I mean is that I feel I can use all my gifts, all my capacities to serve others, which is really the perfect balance of giving and receiving, I think. And so, of course, we're always peeling the layers. It's infinite, but I reach a point where I can guide people to do the same, and it brings me the greatest joy in my life.
Absolutely love it. And I know serving is definitely something that, you know, I found that at the end of the day is what we're all here to do. It's just in different ways. And it's all for us to discover what is our way. For you, I know it's been, like you mentioned, you were in an orchestra, and I know that thanks to that you were able to just, you know, work on sound healing, for example, because I know this is one of your beautiful gifts. But also I know that you have different what would be the word, modality that you use as well. Is one of them is actually also working through the chakras. So can you kind of tell the audience a little bit about what chakras are? And for those who don't know what chakras are, and for those who know about the chakras, just get a refresher about them.
Yeah, I think nowadays more and more people are aware of what chakras are, or energy centers. And actually, the knowledge of the chakra system is very old. It's thousands of years old, and we cannot really identify when exactly it started to emerge, because it was passed on in India through oral tradition. But since the 70s, about the 70s, where I would say a new opening for these kind of teachings took place, this knowledge got more accessible. And so, like yoga is, you know, those Indian tradition and really precious knowledge that we now use to help us empower ourselves and be the best of ourselves. So before I dive deeper into that, it's quite juicy actually, right? I just want to explain what is a chakra. Actually, the word is defined as a wheel, a spinning wheel. So a chakra on the human body is a spinning wheel of energy that runs along the spine, okay? There are 7 main chakras along the spine, and I would say 1,000 smaller ones all over our body, all over our field. And so really our body and our field are a maze of energetic connections, really. And this responds to our thoughts, to our feelings, to our actions, to our choices, etc. So I think one of the main benefits of consciously connecting and working with these energy centers is the self-healing aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Because self-healing, self-alchemy, I would say, I love the most, you know, we were talking about that beforehand. The word alchemy is even better than healing, because we never destroy anything. We just transform the energy, or the stuck energy, the lower vibrational energy, into something higher, into the gold of what it can be, right? So this self-alchemy, it's an old concept. It's been present for many centuries, probably millennia, but it's something that we might have disconnected from. We can choose to remember it now if we want. And, you know, particularly in the Western cultures, we might have kind of given away our healing powers by not paying attention to our bodies and to our emotions. What's going on with that, you know? So the chakra system plays a very important role in our physical, emotional, mental, and also spiritual health, our connection with spirit. And so really reuniting with the intelligence of our chakra system is very potent, because it enables us to fully reunite with the vital energy within, the life force energy. Who wants more of that?
Was definitely.
I'm sure we all do, right? More energy, more power to do everything, right? So when we do so, when we do connect with those energy centers and work with them, we might experience them very differently, right? And everything is perfect for everyone. So some may really see colors, feeling the spheres spinning. Some may experience sensations or hear words in their mind, or have a strong intuition about something on insights during the day later on. So the thing is here to be aware when you connect with these energy center, to sharpen our awareness and open ourselves to subtle communication with energy and with ourselves. Okay. And some of us may feel like, I don't perceive anything energetically. I don't have the skills or the gift to do so. But believe me, you do. Every one of us has the inherent capacity to connect at a deeper level with ourselves and receive and, really use our subtle senses. So really working with the chakras is a tool of self-empowerment and eventually liberation. Does that make sense so far, Leora?
Totally. Thank you. So can you tell us a little bit about each of the chakras exactly? Because you mentioned there are 7 of them. So it's kind of a, how they work basically, and how can we work with them as well, what they represent.
Sure. So we will go over the 7 main chakras, and let's start with the first one, which is our root chakra. So before I dive into the root chakra, let me just go back, because some of you may have heard things already, teachings about the chakras, and for a long time we have received the teachings that the chakras are like spinning wheels, really, that kind of go inside the body like a cone, okay? A cone pointing inside the body, and their base lies just below the skin. But as the world is shifting, as we're receiving more and more divine guidance and everything is kind of expanding, some of these impressions have actually evolved. And me personally, I've been guided to work with the chakras as sphere. So really imagine them as mini suns, really, of color and light. And so like that, they are all dimensional, right? And they can spin really well, like a planet, really. And you can imagine each one of them the size of an orange, let's say, spinning, vibrating, glowing inside of you. And what they do is they transmit and receive life force energy into the body through the movement they do, okay? Now, one very important thing is that the emotional aspect of us is really, really crucial to acknowledge all the time and to inquire and to understand, because emotions influence the choices we make. Our choices influence how the energy will flow in our body. So repressed emotions can build up as stagnant energies, which can affect our chakras and our overall ability to receive and transmit vital energy. And, eventually it can manifest itself as symptoms, really physical symptoms of discomfort or a sluggish feeling, and even disease. So it's really, really important to take care of our energy system and address what we feel, acknowledge it, not run away from it, which is a big problem of our times, right? So we have to really, address that to keep our chakras clear, expanded, and in reception mode. We can really imagine our chakras as vehicles, right? Steering towards everything that's blocking us, really, emotional blocks that prevent our well-being, our happiness, our healing. And so we can dissolve them and alchemize them, really. At the first chakra, the root chakra, which lies at the base of the spine, it's the root of the life force energy, okay? It's in the pelvic floor. So just connect with the center. It's nice to just try to experience it right away. The color of this chakra is red. So emotionally, this chakra is connected to your roots, to your childhood, your family, your belief system, conscious and subconscious. So when you connect with your root chakra, you can inquire yourself about any feeling of insecurity, fear, even fear of survival, fear of lack, scarcity imprints, right? And what we want to do working with this energy center is restore safety, inherent abundance, because we're all inherently abundant, okay? And to really feel grounded in the real world, even if the world is sometimes crazy and we're suffering and we would love just to go away or on another planet, it's really important to ground ourselves onto Earth right now, to be able to pull up the energy of Earth. It's like magic, really. It's like pure life force energy, the sap of Mother Earth, okay? And we can draw that into our root chakra to support us. You can do that as well through the soles of your feet, where you consciously imagine opening the soles of your feet and drawing up, pulling up the energy of Mother Earth into your body, anchor it at the root chakra. Beautiful red sphere of light. So physically, this chakra is a foundation, of course, of the entire energetic system. And it's responsible for healthy colon, intestine, the sciatic nerve, the bones around like the pelvic. And also it affects the general health of our blood and our bone marrow. So it's like the foundation and everything. When we ground and expand the energy of this chakra, we are more in the present, which is key for manifestation. You surely know about that, Leora. So this is really, really important to ground into the present. And we invoke the force of Mother Earth, and we fill this beautiful red energy center with it. And working in that way to expand that can stop obsessive thoughts about the past and future. And then we're able to be aware of the now, of our emotions, and of our physical body. Okay? So this is the first, this is the foundation, this is the base. Going up is the second chakra, the sacral chakra, below the navel. And it's also often called the seat of the soul. It's beautiful. The color is orange. Okay, so you can imagine now into your womb a beautiful sphere of orange light. And you know, your womb is the creation center of not only life, literally life, but also your visions, your desires, what you wish to create into the physical world, okay? It also governs the feelings you have about yourself, your passions, your creativity. And it can be where, like the main repressed frequencies there are frustration and even anger, okay? So these are the emotions that tend to be stuck there. Some say women is more anger, men is more guilt. So we tend to repress that there. It's being stored there and stuck. And it, of course, affects everything there, our capacity to manifest, but also the organs around, the reproductive system, the adrenal glands, the bladder, our lower back, you know, it's all connected. So what this chakra is calling us to do is go into divine communion. I would say it's the main frequency to ignite in this chakra. Divine communion. What is that? It is going into the void, you know, not fear, going into the nothingness, the stillness, the womb of creation, really. It's our womb. And not being afraid of our power. Our own power is very often what we fear the most, right? It's really the case. And so fully clearing, activating this sacral chakra will allow us to let go of all the protection mechanisms related to our power. So deepening that, if we learn to focus positively on our authentic desires, and if we become willing to rethink our fears and let them go, anything is possible. So I thought to give you a little practice here, because it is a chakra, the sacral chakra. It is a chakra that is blocked for many, many, many people. Okay, so I just have a very practical, concrete exercise to do that, to release some energy and to make it move again, right? So if you wish to release anger, if you feel that you have repressed anger in this center, or you're generally someone who avoid anger in all its aspect, being angry and not dealing with people who are angry, right? So throw a tantrum. that's my main tip. Lie on the floor, though. Lie on the floor. This is unusual. And just throw a big tantrum. You know, just punching the floor, let it out. And you do not necessarily need to be angry to do that. Just do it. Because for some people, I've experienced that with some clients, the anger is so repressed that they don't even know it's stuck there. Okay, so that's one tip. And to release the guilt, this one is big as well. The guilt. So I would recommend to lie on your back really comfortably for a few minutes to just calm down, come into stillness if you can, into divine communion, and then place your hand on your sacral chakra. And you can repeat a mantra that says something like, I am always doing the very best I can in every situation with what I know at the time. It's compassion, really, okay? So to ignite, above all, compassion for yourself. Absolutely. Yeah, good point there. Compassion for yourself and really come out of judgment, okay? So that can be really healing. Let's go up to the third chakra, the solar plexus. So this is located between the opening of the ribs, okay, above the navel. This is the seat, the main seat of the emotions. It's yellow, a big yellow sun. And it's, you know, it governs your main power patterns. Okay, lack of empowerment, power over, power under, something. All imbalances related to powers can be stored there. So you want to restore, you want to do the alchemy there and restore peace, restore service, you know, divine service, service to the higher good of all, and self-love. Self-love is the key for everything anyway. But when you really, really consciously activate it in this center, because thoughts and feeling about ourselves have a direct impact on your immune system. And this chakra governs your immune system, your digestive system as well, the glands of your body, your all glands system as well. So it's very, very, yeah, it's at the center of many things. Kind and loving thoughts have been proved to improve your immunity. So when you're being disappointed in yourself, self-judgmental as well, it makes us hold on to toxins, really. And it really contracts your stomach area, right? And it shuts your immune system down. So cultivating self-love and thus self-empowerment, not being afraid to stand in your power, it's a key element of your well-being. Authenticity, truth, surrender to what is going on externally and what you truly are within, okay? So a simple practice to work with this chakra is really to imagining this big yellow sun expanding outside of your body and make it spin really fast to move the energy, okay? And self-care, appreciate what you achieve. Take your inner child in your arms, you know, reconnect to self-love. Those are the three lower chakras, okay? So it kind of governs, I would say, sorry about that. It kind of governs survival in this three-dimensional world, really, and our kind of well-being going through life, okay? Now we reach the heart chakra at the center of the seven. And so it's emerald green. It's big. It's really, really right over the rib cage here. And of course, it governs your heart, your lungs, your thymus, your breast, the hands as well. It's a big part of higher consciousness. It's actually the access way to universal consciousness. So, you know, in there, in this chakra, the middle, there's a secret temple where all information about our soul is revealed, really. So it's about really reigniting the movement of the energy there and consciously go within, go within, go within to discover our truth, okay? You know, universal love, consciousness, really the acknowledgement that everything that you see around you is perfect as it is. And so it's the entrance to the higher vibrational chakra and consciousness, really. And it's the energy center that receives the most energy in the human body. We want to restore joy, health, and also inspiration, like in spirit, you know, true inspiration, joyful inspiration for life. So, as you probably already know, this center can also hold a lot of grief. Again, a lot of lack of self-worth. So restoring self-worth and inner joy is key here, because we must realize that we are always deserving of all life energy, of all abundance. We are deserving of that. So it's about achieving the balance between giving and receiving. And first, give yourself what you would like to receive. And so you will be able to give more. Okay? So through the connection with the heart chakra, we can really, well, we realize that we are responsible for our own life. And it's not about ignoring the pain, the grief that is stuck there, but it's about being able to help more if we can see possibilities instead of limitations. Okay, for ourselves and for others. So we will do a healing later on. We call in the frequency of neutrality here, non-judgment above all, unconditional love in this beautiful chakra. And upwards is the higher consciousness axis, right? These are the higher chakras, starting with the throat, which is a beautiful sky blue sphere of light. And this one is also related to power, and the power to create or destroy through the voice and through speaking our truth, okay? When I talk about destroy, don't be afraid. We have to have this destroyer energy in us to destroy what's not aligned anymore with us, right? So it's very important to empower ourselves that way and know that we all have the right to speak our truth at all times. I work a lot with clients who have etheric ropes around their neck, and we try to dissolve that through the throat chakra healing, right? And physically, it governs the throat, the mouth, the cervical vertebrae. So a lot of people with neck pain, this is related to that, and also the shoulders, okay? So speaking our truth it's alchemy, it's pure alchemy. It's simply empowering. And power here is not about feeling better than others, which is actually how our culture has been defining it for a long time. True power is about feeling safe enough to be vulnerable. And your soul knows everything and resonates only with truth. So when we avoid our truth and repress it, and we repress our emotions, we close our energy system. And like we can receive less of everything, really. So when you speak your truth, you strengthen the power of truth to set you free, really. So this, working with this throat chakra, this beautiful sphere of blue light, can really be absolutely liberating. You know, it's a portal to freedom, really. And the more you will show and express the real you, the more you will attract people who value you for who you truly are and love you authentically. So no fear of being judged anymore, right? It's so tiring. A practice, because I love giving some concrete practices, is toning. Many of you will have heard about that. It's very simple. And I have another tip. You place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, because it stimulates the kundalini, it stimulates the life force energy flow, okay? And you open your mouth just slightly and you make a noise, you hum, and then you let it flow. It can sound very strange, you can start even yelling, but that will really, really make the energy move here. And I really, really recommend all of you to try it, at least for a couple of minutes. And I'm telling you, you won't be able to do without daily after that, because you feel you feel this kind of knot really dissolving. Okay, so this is absolutely pure alchemy, again.
Yeah.
So moving up.
Very liberating. Yes. It's very liberating. Definitely.
It is. You have done that. You have done it as well. So it's so simple yet so powerful. Do it. I'm telling you. Okay, let's move up to the third eye. This chakra, this energy center between your brows. It's violet. It's a beautiful violet light inside your brain. And so it's really connected to the glands there, the pituitary glands, the pineal glands, the eyes, nose, ears, brain, everything's going on in your head. And it's really the connection to your vision, to your higher vision, your divine vision, and truth again, the realization of all your gifts and your abundance, and really become a multi-sensory being, because we all are, right? Trusting our vision, trusting our intuition, and feeling comfortable with it. Because we may have shut that down and think we cannot do it, but we can. And it is our birthright to see, to feel, to hear higher guidance, and to hear and see and feel things beyond our three-dimensional world. You know, our intuition is there to inform us or others about the best possible choice at any moment, and to gain clarity about the next steps. And like I said, we're all born intuitive, so it's about reconciling with that and have faith with a capital F. It's more than trust. It's faith that what comes through is real, okay? Our world, and many of us, are ruled by the mind activity, the overuse of the brain, the thoughts. And so what's happening, unfortunately, when we overuse our brain over and over repeatedly, we deplete the rest of our energy bodies, because the energy is too much concentrated there, right? So let's just make space here. And just by imagining this big, beautiful sphere of light, a violet light, it's kind of relaxing, right? Because intuition is based on our feelings, not on our mind. I meet many people who are asking for guidance all day long to resolve their problem, and asking and asking. So the answers they seek are within, of course, in their being, their own being. But they cannot use their intuition to access this because they are thinking too much. So allowing the third eye chakra to create space for itself and receive information makes us able to translate what we receive, you know, and use it to become, again, who we really are, our true self. And just just try to play with it at first, because intuition is a muscle and you have to train it. If you don't, it's just like it's in the physical, it becomes dormant. Okay. So a practice to empty your mind, I would say, to opening more of your multisensory capacities, is first a very simple imagining a sparkle of light in our brain, expanding slowly. You can make it bright white, or you can imagine this violet sphere, as you wish. There are no rules. And then you can do the square breath, which is a really simple, powerful breath work. Inhaling, holding your breath, exhaling, holding your breath for the same amount of time. It's very, very, it brings you to stillness, right? And it helps really make space here, okay? So connecting with this chakra, you will gain more energy because the energy will be directed somewhere else. Try it. I'm telling you, okay? Most of us, when we are energy depleted, it's because there's too much mind activity. So again, a lot of liberation there working this chakra, which leads to the seventh one, the crown chakra on the top of the head. You can imagine it going out of your body even, and it's white. It's pure white light, and it's our connection with spirit, the divine father energy, spiritual awareness as well. Physically, it governs the spinal column nervous system, but also the skin, all of our skin. And deeper than that, it's our wisdom, right? Our direct channel to higher wisdom, our connection with the higher realms, higher energies and planes that can assist us to realize ourselves and help others. So when the energy from the root chakra reaches the crown chakra and unite, our life force energy can fully rise and flow, okay? Because they are mates, chakras. So it ultimately goes back down to the heart center to activate the full potential and intelligence. But you will, consciously start to feel your energy flowing more freely in your whole body if you work on each center and make the connection. And connecting with spirit really is something that is inherently permanent. It's permanent. It's all the time. We only have to reunite with it, to actualize it. And remember that spirit can be everywhere. It can be a tree or the ocean or the stars, or it is something with more power and like the whole universe. Your vision of God or source, really. And the key here, I think, is to become aware that you are really an extraordinary, essential part of spirit, and that spirit expresses itself through you. So this chakra pulls the divine energies into your body. And so when it's not functioning, probably you can have a sense of fogginess in the brain. We often have that, and eventually other neurological symptoms. But one surprising practice to stabilize the chakra is to pull earth energy through the feet up to the crown, to nurture this energy center, with earth energy, okay? And to open it even more. They're working together, the root and the crown. Because as we grow in our consciousness, in our spirituality, we have to anchor even deeper to the earth so that both energy sources come into balance in us and create a perfect flow for us and in us, okay? The main message here for this chakra is don't be afraid to shine your light into the world, which is the case for many of us, particularly when we start awakening to all these new concepts and these new realms, right? But don't dim your light for the sake of conformity, and fully acknowledge your connection to spirit to then access really your genius, right? And one last message that's coming through right now, Leora, is stop doing too much and be. So try to really connect with what you wish to experience and be that, feel it, be in the moment to be able to vibrate it. Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense. And I thank you, because this was such a beautiful explanation. And I've worked with my chakras for years. And every time, we each have our own way to explain the way you do, it's such a beautiful dance of understanding how they're all connected, but also how you can work with them. And I know personally, you'll tell me also with your clients what you've seen, but I know for myself, for example, I had a lot of issues with speaking my truth, with even speaking in public. And I knew then that starting to work with my throat chakra really helped me. And that's been a catalyst for me, especially the throat chakra, to be able to speak in public, to be able to do these kind of events and speak, in front of the thousands of people, which has been amazing, and really being our authenticity. And I think that, as we are all stepping into our soul purpose and really trying to ignite our soul purpose, of course, we have to work with all the chakras, but it's also identifying which one do I really need to work more. Is it maybe being more in my power with, the throat of a solar plexus? But you mentioned earlier the purpose. I feel like also and I've noticed with some of my clients as well, throat chakra is usually where we get a lot stuck. And where once we start working on it, it's so simple. And I know you will take us through the process as well. Working on it every day can work wonders in your life, which as it has for mine. So, for those of you who are new to that, I would definitely advise it, because it's been life-changing for me, totally. And I don't know, for you, Schaylenne, if you have examples of, your clients and transformation you have seen with them working on their chakras specifically.
Oh, yes. Many of them, and it's all very divine and sacred. But I would say generally the chakra who are most of the time blocks are the throat, like you say, speaking our truth. This is something that's been very difficult for us. And the womb chakra, the second sacral chakra as well, okay, where a lot of anger and guilt is stuck. This is something that I've been seeing again and again and again. And I had a beautiful experience with the clients who kind of cracked open her heart chakra and really making the connection with this old grief that didn't really belong to her. And she was saying, I felt sad all the time. I don't know why. What's going on? So we connected this chakra, and it was completely not spinning anymore. And so working extensively with that, and it's you do it yourself, you are guides to higher energy. We are supporting this work, but you are doing it when you're ready. And so igniting, cracking that open, activating the energy made, she cried for a long time because it's a lot of stuck energy. So if you do experience some symptoms like that working with your energy centers, celebrate it. It's the energy moving. It's, something is happening. If you don't worry either. Okay, everything is perfect. But if you do, just go organically, lean into it. Okay, a beautiful liberation can happen, and that happened with her. And she always had issues with her lungs for her whole life, and it stopped after doing this work. So not only that, there's also new joy coming, of course, when you remove the layers of grief that are outdated, that don't need to be there, and you consciously activate with your free will this energy center. I want to feel again. I want to feel joy again. I'm ready. I want to liberate that. It happens, and it's, really the mastery of our energy centers is one of the biggest assets you can have nowadays, I think.
Totally. I love it. And I know that you're going to take the audience right now through a journey, a little activation as well, so they can experience how to work with their chakras. So thank you for doing so, and I'll let you take it from there.
Yes, of course. So I'll invite you all to close your eyes, find a comfortable position, and start breathing slowly Drop down the elevator of your mind, please. Drop down into your heart center. Let's do that. Okay, now let's put our attention on the root chakra, the first energy center at your pelvic floor or the base of your spine. And so you can imagine a beautiful red sphere of light glowing, spinning there. And now we dissolve basic fears, fears of survival, fear of loneliness, fear of separation, even violence. Those are all imprints, very old codes that we don't need to hold anymore. So now imagine this red sphere expanding, and it even becomes warm as we activate the codes that restore your faith in your security, in your safety. We restore compassion. And this chakra now becomes a center of prosperity, of abundance. And know that it is with you there forever. Now let's move up to the womb, the sacral chakra, and you can imagine a beautiful sphere of orange light spinning quite fast in all directions. The energy needs to move there for all of us. We let go of the feeling of isolation. We dissolve all memories of rejection, pain, ancestral attachments that are not serving us. And here we eliminate the fear once more, but the fear that comes from you. Okay? When you feel I need to do more to get results, like the hyperactivity in doing. So we activate the codes that allow you to experience sacred connection. I called it divine communion earlier. And really, the inner alchemy that enables the rebirth, it's the center of birth. Through rebirth, your liberated, empowered self. If some of you feel some contraction, some discomfort there, just lean into it, because I feel that in the collective right now. Acknowledge that, feel it even more. Really feel it pain. And we're going to thank this pain, this contraction, because it was there all along, only to protect you. But now you don't need that anymore because you know you are safe at all times. So let's just thank this energy of protection and let's dissolve them back into the light. We don't need you anymore. Thank you. Take a deep breath through your womb if you can, imagining the orange sphere expanding even outside of your body, spinning very fast. Now we're going to move up to the solar plexus. Imagine a beautiful yellow sphere of light, glowing and warm, and it's dissolving anxiety. It's dissolving memories of impatience, disbelief, and the reactive impulse to abandon your spiritual path, really. We also release the need for control. And we activate the codes that will help you restore inner peace, full self-empowerment to be in your power in order to love with it, in order to serve with it. And we're actually also activating the light code of surrender. Surrender to you and to all in order to flow with life. Now let's place our attention on the heart, where a beautiful emerald green sphere is glowing. We focus on dissolving distress and ancient grief, memories of sacrifice, effort, struggle, and the apparent disconnection with passion and enthusiasm for your life path. Try to dissolve that. We let go of the sense of hardship, instability. And we activate the codes that will connect you with joy, inspiration, really ignite your free spirit and your faith in divine guidance as well. Now, please imagine this sphere of green light expanding really, really outside of your body. It's a huge sphere all around you. And at the center of your heart, you can see and feel a very bright sparkle of light. This is your portal to universal consciousness. Okay, let's move up to the throat chakra. We also dissolve the need for control here. It's also a frequency that is often present here. And a sense of lack of freedom. So we empty your memories of conformity, submission, being silenced, separation. And we activate the codes that will reconnect you with freedom and inspire you to engage in uplifting experiences. Express all of yourself, all of your truth, all your abundance. Let's dissolve the etheric ropes around your throat and liberate ourselves to be and speak all of our truth. It's a birthright. Whew, there's a lot of movement here. So let's go up to the sixth chakra, the third eye. Feel the energy of this chakra between your eyebrows, inside your brain. You may feel some pressure here. There's work being done on the pituitary and the pineal glands. They're foggy, so we try to purify them with beautiful light and energy. And really, we kind of dissolve any doubt and hesitation that you might have about your intuition or your divine guidance. We amplify your gift of clarity. Clarity for yourself and others, discernment, and also the spontaneous awakening of all that you have experienced so far, and also your forgotten gifts, your soul's gift, your soul's abilities, superpowers. Let's surrender to our highest mind and enjoy our expanded vision. And I forgot to mention that this is a beautiful violet light working there for you. So let's go up to the seventh chakra, the crown at the top of your head. We empty all memories of exhaustions, of attachments to conditioning, dogmas, any kind of restraining energies. And we really activate the codes of connection with spirit and the gift of service. Also the genuine appreciation for your path, for your sacred destiny. So now visualize all of your energy centers completely purified, illuminated. It's all becoming white light now. And they are unified as one pillar of white light. And let's imagine that we radiate this energy towards the earth, the sun, and also divine source. Take a couple of deep breaths from head to toes, from toes to head. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes.
Thank you so much. This was so powerful. For me, a lot of yawning, a lot of releasing. So I'm teary eyed actually. It's so, and I love it. You know, this is a quick process, but powerful process where you can keep doing over and over again every day, actually. So thank you so much for this beautiful gift.
Yeah, my pleasure. I mean, it is powerful, and there are many guided meditations, energy process to do that. But the thing is to, if you feel drawn to working with your chakras, you can only be the winner there.
Exactly. And so for those who like to take their work further and really, you know, start to release, because this is the beauty about it, with so many, as you mentioned, motions, but also sometimes it's physical elements we may have, that working with the chakras will definitely help heal those elements, or at least, you know, try to understand where this is coming from and get it moved away. How can they work with you? And then also that you have a gift for the audience. So thank you so much as well. I'll be sharing one.
Sure. Well, I have a guided energy process that can be really useful to do that. And it particularly focuses on the 3 lower chakras onto the heart, because it's very beneficial to first connect with the earth energy and open the lower chakras to be able to draw this beautiful divine energy, very potent. It's pure life force energy into our system and open the way to the rest of the chakra pillar. So this is something you can do on a daily basis, really, as you feel guided to do. Nothing has to be a chore. If it feels like a chore, there is contraction. We don't want that. We want relaxation and eventually expansion, okay? So really listen to your heart and play with that and be enthusiastic about this kind of work. And with me personally, well, we can go deep. Discussing what are your challenges or what you're experiencing physically, emotionally. And one of my soul gifts is to be able to identify where it lies in your energy field. And then we address it with a lot of alchemical work, which is really transforming those energy into their highest state. So it's not getting rid of everything, it's really transforming you in each of your aspects to the golden state of you, like I love to say, because it's like that. But of course, your energy field has to be aligned, and we have to remove the blocks so that the energy can really flow, and that you can. This is where you can experience health, vitality, and of course emotional health as well, and peace, right? So with my clients one-on-one, I go deep into that, because everybody is unique in their journey and their issues. And so it's always very magical to see the result of really just addressing in all the possible ways. So energetically, emotionally, and really from a higher consciousness point of view, the problem, to really see that as an initiation, actually. It's a shadow, it's just showing you to the light. So it's really an opportunity to grow and to become more of yourself, really. So I really love do this work and go deep with people, because it's just, well, it's just amazing.